could always just like flip it over and just see if it's working instead of like waiting to see if it's working, and then you do have that whole awkward thing. And then I can just like roll into this thing supernaturally, like, hey everybody, it's good to see you. Welcome to If We're at Nintendo. This is the part of the show, one of my favorite parts of the show. We get to thank all the people at patreon.com/makeusbetter for making us better, making this possible, making us live. Thanks to you. And thanks to everybody, especially our platinum executive producer, Mr. Corey Hicks at twitch.tv/chicks_18. One of these days, Corey, I'll get it right. Please don't leave us. Our gold executive producers, Sheldon, Benedict, Tony Baker, Mr. Mark Moody, and all of our gentlemen executive producers, Dude427, Martini Jean, Aaron Doherty, David Ray, Jesse Armstrong, Joel Brooks, James Johnson, Dr. Doom, Tim Aulph, and my boy, Bobby Miller. Jason, if you're ready, if you're okay with it. Everybody, if you're listening, if you're ready, I think I'm going to click the button that does the intro with the Jason Masson and the Jason Lacey.
Let's face it. As Nintendo fans, we are often left slightly disappointed and scratching our heads asking why. Where is our Super Mario Galaxy 3? Why isn't Metroid out yet? Bring back the Ice Climber, seriously, and what were you thinking of the Virtual Boy? Well, sit back as Sean Capri and
Jason Lacey
do just that. That's right, this is If We Ran Nintendo. Now, cue the music, maestro.
Welcome back to If We Ran Nintendo, episode 108. It is a mega awesome podcast that records live on youtube.com/weedandnerdy every Monday night, like right now, and publishes to iTunes, Google Play, all the things every Wednesday. We're here to do 1 to 10 don't. I am Jason Lacey. That guy, Sean Capri.
Hi, Jason. Hi,
Sean.
We're gonna fake the energy 2 weeks in a row, man. We're good to go.
Oh, I need all the energy.
You know what, man? Though, like today wasn't the funnest day. It's not going to be a very fun week. I don't want to get it too much into the IRL this week, but this is such a saving grace, man. For me, hopefully it's a saving grace for people tuning in. A little escape. We can forget our woes, pretend like we run this company better than Nintendo is.
That's right.
And that's
right.
That's the whole point of the show, man. If we ran Nintendo, nonsensical topics, if we ever get to them. But here's the best thing. Once per week, one time per week, little old me, Sean Capri, I get to chat with you, Jason Lacey, one time. I've got you tricked, man. It's like you're going to host a show and blah, 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 blah. But really, this is it, man. I just like, hey, man, you and me are going to talk. It's like a overbearing girlfriend or maybe a mother. You will call me. And you better be on
Sean,
the Discord.
you never check in anymore, Sean.
I know. Well, Mom, start doing a podcast.
Wear your sweater.
I talked to my mom more if she did a podcast. Hi, Mom. I don't know. She got a new phone. And she's like, how do I get your podcast? And I'm like,
Sean's mom, make sure you thumbs up the video, please. Thank you.
Yeah, like subscribe, rate us on iTunes. And actually, she's on Google Podcasts. Did you know it's an app? Google Podcasts?
I did see they have an app now.
Very fancy.
I haven't checked into it. Is it platform-wide? At first, it was only on Android. Is it migrated to iOS as well now?
I see what you're saying. I have no idea. Although I should check because the iTunes app is absolute trash. Everybody knows that. Not
everyone does. We need to keep spreading the faith.
Well, it's funny. I don't want to like completely like turn everybody off of it because I do feel like it's kind of like the biggest driver of traffic and discoverability and all that stuff. It's like the housing place. Even Google was like, man, I wish like our podcast. Like I wish people associated podcasts. Maybe they wish it wasn't called podcast. I'm surprised they like associated pod with their thing because pod was iPod kind of. Maybe they forget. Maybe nobody knows that anymore. It's a relic. Kind of like telephone. Nobody knows why they're called that anymore. I don't even know why.
It's true.
I thought, yeah. Luke Lohr's in the chat. Warren is in the chat. Dude427's in the chat. Kevin Austin in the chat.
Is in the chat.
It's nice to see you guys. Thank you for stopping by. I'm enjoying this.
Hi.
It just continues to be hot here, man. We don't believe in air conditioning where I live. Did you know that? Do you have air conditioning in your house?
I have to. We would melt. We're not seasoned by the cold. You're the people beyond the wall from Game of Thrones. You're like the wildlings. You're seasoned to the harsh elements.
And we won't let you know exactly how we survive either. We just have our secrets, and that's it. We just we figure it out, and we're not going to broadcast it.
Giant igloos and polar bear pelts.
Hey, when was the last time you picked up that slap the bass? This might be a personal question. What was the last time you slapped your bass?
Like 3 weeks ago. Like one
Nice.
time randomly after Nintendo Shack, I was like, I'm going to learn how to play the Toe Jam and Earl theme song.
Oh,
and then I stayed
man.
up for I stayed up till 2 hours till like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, why did I do this?
Was it like the first?
Much like last night. It was a horrible decision.
Oh man.
It's a horrible decision.
I don't know if we want to roll right into it, but I did a thing where I played a brand new game. I should not have done this. I played a brand new game for the first time, tried to learn it. It had kind of a slow intro. I was kind of dozing a little bit. And then I just did one of those, I don't know if anybody else is doing this. When you become an old man and you're either reading your phone or you're looking at your phone or maybe playing a game, and all of a sudden your chin touches your chest and you're out. You lose the muscles in your head that's keeping you upright, and you just sort of fold into yourself. You just go to sleep.
No, I prefer to do the self catch for 25 minutes of the.
And you trick yourself into thinking I just woke myself up. What a violent move I've just done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this titillation I've got going in the chat. People are wondering what game it is. I wonder
what game. Sean, what game was it?
I wonder if I should just not say it now. Maybe you guys will just have to wonder. Well, you know what? I will give away a secret prize to the person who guessed it first.
Ooh, giveaway.
The secret is mostly for me because I don't know what the giveaway is yet. So this is why you guys want to be in the chat live with us at youtube.com/WeTheNerdy at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the evening, because you just never know when I'm going to drop something like that, something ridiculous.
You can see the outcome of this horrible decision of me drinking coffee at 10:09 Eastern Time when I need to go to bed after this podcast.
Bad decision.
Instead, I'm going to be let's 100% Hollow Knight instead. That's what's going to happen.
Did you? Is that? Do you want to?
I'm at 90. I'm at 90, but we can't okay go yet because we have to start this episode. We like to start pretty much every episode with a couple shout outs.
I'm glad that you're the host, man. I'm all over the place. You're full of law and order, and I'm
distracting, and you just get lost.
What shirt are you wearing? You got quite the shirt. That's awesome. That's I didn't know what it was. It's just so colorful. Actually, Chewy might be one of the last things I was expecting from such a colorful top.
That's right.
On the head.
Chewy.
It's true. It's true. All of it. Wait, he doesn't say that to Chewy, I don't think.
No, but we can pretend. It's okay.
You think he ever apologized for hey, or give him jabs hey, I saved you from that slavery planet. Remember when you were just there to kill people and you're supposed to be the beast. Spoilers. I really like Solo, by the way.
I liked Solo.
Yep. Everybody just enjoyed hating on it so much. Now we're not going to get any Star Wars movies. I warned you guys. I told you that. Now we're not getting anything new.
Well, we're going to remake The Last Jedi. Hello, that's what's going to happen first.
My God. The best. I want to watch it on, I do want to watch that on Blu-ray. I don't think I want to watch that on Netflix because Netflix doesn't have chapters. With a Blu-ray, I could just skip to the next chapter. Just be I don't want to watch the Harry Potter Leia scene. I don't want to watch the Quidditch match that she has in outer space.
You know what makes the Leia scene better? If you do the the whole Shooting Stars meme by Bag Raiders, where they take any scene from a movie and they put that song behind it, and it's just that looped over and over with Leia, and it's great. You should YouTube it.
My God, man, what were they thinking? Do you want to do shoutouts?
Let's do shoutouts. Hey, I have a topical one, Sean, because I missed out on the festivities, but nonetheless they took place. Congratulations to the Make Us Better, the original Podfathers, because you guys you've been doing this a year now. Make us better.
We've been taking all of your money.
Make us better. Taking your money for 365 days.
That's right. This show live, by the way, because of Make Us Better. 2 extra episodes of We the Gamercast, by the way, because of Make Us Better. Video on Make Us Better. We the Gamercast. Whether the quality has actually gone up or not is to be determined. But totally lost my train of thought. I wanted to. I want to start saying this about Make Us Better, because some people are kind of what is it? What's the deal? You guys are all. It's all of you guys.
What's the deal with that?
And I'll make this topical. Okay, and by doing so, I'm bound to upset somebody. So Jason, just brace yourself. I'm bound to upset everybody who has not joined Make Us Better. You all are the PlayStations of the world. Make Us Better is the crossplay of Patreon, where you can jump in and we're all playing nicely together. The money comes in and we share it equally. Everybody gets the same cut. And everybody else is like, no, we don't want to play with Make Us Better. We've generated a community of 79 million players on PlayStation. If any of that sounds familiar, that's not what Make Us Better is. I won't say anything about anybody else, but I'll tell you what Make Us Better is. We're the crossplay of Patreons. So thank you everybody for joining us on this journey.
I'll cry myself to sleep on my bed made of Patreon dollars.
Yeah, when you yeah, the ones that you don't have to share. But thank you for the compliment.
Hey,
shout out into a shit show.
Oh, absolutely. You guys had from what I could tell, I haven't even watched any of the streams, but it just from Discord was like lit up. Everyone was having a good time playing a lot of games together. Go ahead, Mr. Jozef Badbito.
Well, I have to give a shout out to Joe for leading it, man, because I wanted to do something, and he really led the charge on it. So if it wasn't for him, we would have had nothing. I want to make sure that we show, in all honesty, we want to show appreciation to everybody who supports us, whether it's happening right now or they've supported us in the past. Like, they've let us get to this point, especially the people who continue to support. When Bobby died, they really, that's when we needed you the most. Bobby had passed away tragically and violently and guts everywhere. Luckily, I think he's being put back together better, bigger, faster, stronger.
Toby was never the same after that day.
That's true.
He just never.
That's
just
true.
never was the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So thanks, man. That was
hey.
Nice. Yeah, it was a good time. It's an excuse to play games with people. Why don't we just do day 367 of Make Us Better, day 368, like every day. Every day is Make Us Better day. That's right.
Never ends. Hey, speaking of Make Us Better, there's still a new challenger approaching. Last time I heard.
Oh, actually.
Last time I heard.
There may be something else happening. There's something you know about, but there's something I know about. So everybody you can't step away from any of this content for more than a minute. And I'm not even joking. Like, you'd like maybe this would be needless hype building. There could be something. That's all I'll say. I'm not saying there is. I'm not saying there isn't. I could say there could be a little something I've heard about that could excite you in the man balls a little bit. So, or the lady balls. I don't know. Whatever you got.
Don't discriminate, Sean. We're open to everyone here.
Yeah. So everybody who listens, and Tammy.
Did not see that coming. Oh, touche.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm having fun, man. I love this show.
I hope everyone else still loves the show.
I think they do. Like, they come here, they enjoy the chat. Lohr is here. Lohr, on another level, by the way, speaking of shout-outs. Have you seen him streaming every single day? His wife's getting beat up by the shower head or something. I didn't understand the story. But he's still committed.
Hey, he had it rough today. Twitter told me his dog woke him up at 10:37.
Oh, no.
Let's just
I hope
give
everything's
him some space.
okay. I think everything's
He might be a little cranky.
Man, I hope you have a good coffee press. Or hopefully, what are they called? Hashtag brutal. What the hell is that thing called?
Le French press.
Le press français. Le procès français. Hopefully that came through on the mic.
I think actually the correct pronunciation, Le French press. Bon.
Yeah, now we're just pissing everybody off. Like, bye Quebec. Sorry.
I've been there. It's cool.
Yeah, we're fine. Thank you for your poutine. Cool. Poutine.
Yeah.
I took French for a long time for me to speak that poorly of it. I got good grades in French too. Do you have any other shout outs?
I just I'm not a very shout out filled person today. But you have a few.
You got like everybody. You got like the whole crew, man. That's totally fine. Don't you sell yourself short. My shout outs are made up of like apologies, to be honest with you. Except for the first one. The first one is an announcement. Yesterday I had recorded my intro for We the Gamercast that is aired now with somebody I owe an apology to as well. But But I didn't know when I recorded it, it was before I ended up recording a new podcast with a good friend, Eddie Varnell, at That Retro Code on Twitter. You guys might remember him from We the Gamercast back in February. He's part of the whole NGR radio crew, Corey Dierrick's crew, and we recorded an episode of Optional Opinion. And the topic, this was really cool, man. I haven't done a show like this, I don't know, ever. The topic was mature games, and we kind of like explored like this one, we did a deep dive in this one topic of mature games from all aspects of like, does it connect with people, is it boring, like would we rather be playing more just fun and jovial games? It was a tremendous chat, and it was great, man. Everybody should check it out. It's not up until Friday, but I wanted to give Eddie a thank you for inviting me on, and honestly just one of the more unique shows that I've done in a long time. So that's my first shout out. I'll be sharing that when it goes out on Friday, so everybody stay tuned for that.
Right. Awesome.
My second shout out, this is where we get into apology land. And I like touching my nose on the camera. I get to like, because everything's backwards. So like, can I hit the camera, or I hit my nose, or am I just drunk? Tiger Shark,
yes, you are.
RG Halfpenny, Pete Barbaro. I'm not sure what to call you when I verbalize your name, but Pete, you know who you are. Thank you for doing We the Gamercast. I'm sorry for messing up your name. I'm sorry I'm a big dum-dum. But I think we had a tremendous chat. Here's the other dum-dum thing. Nobody go over to the YouTube and watch the video, because I record in 1080p, but the video is done in 720p. So I always have to like resize the recording video into just to keep the upload size down and the quality. I try to mix. There's a whole other reason for that. But Jason, I didn't resize everything down, so I just like plopped the video in.
I saw it.
Oh man,
it's super face cam episode.
It's like, yeah. I'm sorry. It's a good thing he's a good looking guy, because I mean, you can't really go wrong just getting even closer up to his face. I'm giving you guys like the front lap experience, as if we were podcasting in each other's laps, just looking at each other. So thanks, Pete. I'm sorry for messing up your name. I'll figure it out one of these days. And my second apology / shout out is to Thomas King at GameStom _UD. He's kicking up this D&D thing, and I keep just not being available. And I really want this thing to happen. I want everybody who's even remotely interested in Dungeons and or Dragons to jump into the Discord. There's a channel called D&D, which one of those is probably Dick's. I'm not sure which. Dungeons Dragons, and Deckard Cain. Please, guys, go be part of this whole thing. It's going to be awesome. I just need to take care of a dog that we're apparently giving away at the end of this week, and then I'm all over it. Then I think E3 is done, and we're putting up our dog for freaking adoption this week, and that's all I'm going to say about that. That's as much IRL. I'll probably just weep like a baby on the next We the Gamercast, because then he'll be gone.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You know what? I'll put it this way. No more knee surgeries for that old son of a bitch. Half of his teeth are gone. He had like this bump taken out of the back of his neck. We replaced his knee last summer. He bit Lincoln. He's got to go.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
That's
can't
it.
Cross that.
That's it. So those are my apologies and shout outs. And Todd Oxtra said something nice, I think, this last week.
We learned the secret of Todd Oxtra. We learned how to mitigate the Todd Oxtra rage. So we can't reveal the secrets on the air. We can't let everyone know.
Todd Oxtra's the best, man. I really like that guy.
We know what to do.
Bad Bit was over on his show at Secret Friends Unite. They recorded last weekend. Or Friday.
Bad Bit's everywhere. He's on that Planet Nintendo podcast. He's over here. He's just doing everything.
I'm pretty sure now. Yeah, you're right. He was there. Was he there also? Now I'm thinking maybe I'm mixing things up. I'm pretty sure he was on the Todd Oxtra show.
He probably was. It's Jozef. Why should he not be everywhere?
That's right. Well, that's it for me. That's it. Thomas, Pete, Ed, love you guys. Everybody in the chat, Luke, so handsome in his Tim Aulph. Why not give another one? You know, I got one more. Tim Aulph. And Ryboflavins.
Gift Master Flav.
Gift Master Flav. There's your new. Go buy that in the Discord, Rybo.
Well, here's the power of Rybo, and we're still not even sure. I don't know if it was ever confirmed what image, the original image, we needed doctored, but Joel Brooks came in with some comment, And then I shared a falcon gif, which was like this majestic falcon landing on some bearded man's forearm.
Amazing.
And Rybo photoshopped a spider bit on that guy's face. It was awesome.
No way. Where is this?
It's buried somewhere, but still, you can search for it on Discord. It's still there.
We need a new set of emojis coming into the Discord. We need a fresh set of emojis, Jason. We had a good rush there. We need more.
I'll see what I can do.
It doesn't have to just be you. Everybody else, everybody listen can jump in on this. We can share the work. If everybody cares a little bit, it's lighter for us all. You know what I mean?
Yep. Everyone just needs to get Discord Nitro, and then we can have all the emojis from everywhere.
How much does that cost?
I think it's like $5 a month.
$5 a month? No, go take that $5 from Nitro and dump it over into patreon.com/make us better. And we'll make a Patreon. That should be some sort of. That should be a bonus, I think. Maybe what we do is like Corey Hicks should have like 12 emojis. Like we'll basically do like a calendar. I'll just go onto his stream and take 12 screenshots of just like super excited, super sad, just like the stupid face, the squishy face. Maybe that's what
you gotta have that one.
You get one emoji per dollar that you. No, that's a lot of. No, I'm backing that off. We'll figure something out.
I immediately regret this decision.
Yeah, it's like he gives a lot. And a lot of people give a lot. All right, get me out of here, man.
All right, well, we've mentioned a lot of things, but now let's do a little. Fire it up, Sean. It's time for some What You Playing, presented by Flux Tempo.
Hadouken! Okay, go! And now I can't remember how to... Oh, damn it, how does it go? Street Fighter pause. I don't know. Get me... Oh, I hate the sound effects on my phone.
You could always have the good. I saw you had Battletoads pause.
Dude, I like planned this all week.
That's the classic. Over and over.
Oh, I had it in my head. I've been planning this because you guys joked about it last week, or was it the week before? I can't remember.
I think it was last week.
And like it messed up in the same. Yes, I'll just stick to OK
Dude.
Go.
Whole last week was just a mess up. That was fun. Yeah, what you playing? What you playing, Sean?
I'm playing a game that I don't understand, man. I went and I told you this thing where I spent a whole bunch of money on the eShop and I bought all these games that were on sale. I bought the Blossom Tail, and by the way, the time is up. Your time is up. You haven't guessed it yet. The game was Blossom Tail that I fell asleep to playing, and it's of no fault of the game. I was just tired. I haven't played it long enough to really comment on it, so I didn't want to put it in the notes. But the game that I am playing, that I've played for like a decent amount of time, that I just don't really understand, is Golf Story. And I just like, can somebody like tell me what I'm supposed? Can you tell me what am I supposed to be?
Sure.
Why is it great? Why should I keep pushing on?
For me, it was the total package. Like Donnie was like, remember, Donnie's a golf game guy, you know. So as soon as that was shown at Direct, like, oh my God, 8-bit, 16-bit golf game, and he really likes. It was like one of the older Mario Golf games, I think. Maybe that was on. I don't remember which handheld, but it had like an RPG. It had like a story, an RPG, an overworld, had this expanded world to it. Mm-hmm. And so I think what we always liked about Golf Story was it was a golf game, but it was mashed up with like Earthbound, mashed up with like, it was like, I don't know, it was just the combination of what it was. Like the RPG, the story, and there's golf elements in there. For us, at least for me, I like the story was charming enough, but there was enough little hooks and jokes in there that I really enjoyed. But I also really just enjoyed the gameplay loop. While it can be a little repetitive, I had fun with it. And plus,
I guess I haven't discovered the loop yet.
Yeah,
it seems kind of random early on, where you're just like finding these people and they're like, "Hey, do this challenge," and I'm like, "Okay, that's fun."
Yeah,
but I haven't discovered the do more of that, so you get these
once
things.
You get off that first course, it gets I think you'll enjoy things a little more. I think I found like the music just to be charming, and I'm a sucker for any like that whole pixel art style. I know that's like kind of the cliche. Make everything like that right now.
Yeah.
But I've been a fan of that for far too long. So it struck a chord with me. It was just, it just hit a lot of buttons, and I really like Luke. It was like one of the first games we had Lucas get when he got his Switch, and he dove right into it too. So I mean, I think you gotta keep hammer it out.
Keep going.
I think
is there anybody I'm gonna like in this? Like everybody I'm running into is a jerk. Everybody's a pretentious golfer so far. Is there somebing am I gonna fall in love in Golf Story? Is there a golf love story?
I don't remember a golf love story.
Is there a love story in Blossom
The coach
Tale?
is kind of funny though. No, there's no love story in Blossom Tale. Just awesome.
Maybe I just need a love story right now. Maybe I'll play Smite with Luke and find a love story over there, or Paladins.
Ooh. Play Paladins on your Nintendo Switch.
My Switch.
It'll be some loving going on there. I don't.
A little bit of Soccer Slammers. I'm playing still a little bit of Soccer Slammers as well. I need somebody to play with though. I'm not sure how much more I want to do like single player against the computer, but that's kind of it for me, man. Just a little golf story. I'm kind of wary though. I feel like my time is running out. What is the date that Octopath Traveler comes out? That is like the release for me, dude.
I think we've got like 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think it's July 10th, isn't it? That's what sounds right to me. Hold on. Let me fire up the mechanical keyboard.
I'm not typing anything. I'm just trying to be really loud and obnoxious.
Octopath Traveler. Let's see. Release date.
I accidentally hit insert and it just put in the tweet.
July 13th.
13th.
July 13th.
Is that a Friday?
Close. Should be.
Friday the 13th. That's no good.
Well, let's see. The 4th. No, I think it's a Thursday. Thursday. Right?
Oh, Bad Bit's here.
No, it is a Friday. It's a Friday. Friday.
All right. Well, I got time. Okay, so I don't have to be that worried.
Yeah. So you got a couple weeks. Weeks. But yeah, that's the same thing for me too. It's like I want to get everything off my slate. I haven't even played the demo yet. And I want to play the 3 hour demo that came out during E3.
Maybe I'll stream that.
Because I'm just Yeah. Yep. But it's gonna be a good game. I hope. It's gonna be a good game.
Hopefully I can beat it. Because I didn't beat Bravely Default or Bravely that guy.
Did you play that first gameplay demo that they released for it?
Like the very first one I played just a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, no, I figured like I was probably gonna play it anyways, and I didn't really want to. But now the save data
I want to go back to it now because they've changed the game so much since then. And yeah, this one your progress. I mean, this is essentially here's the game. You get to play for 3 hours, and then it carries over. So why wouldn't you want to fire that up? So I've been itching for an RPG for a while, and I love it on the Switch because it's that I can just put it to sleep,
you can play it while you
away, or I was like, I need to grind out a few levels. Oh, I'm gonna grind out a couple of levels here too. Yeah.
What did I eat today? I think it probably leveled up a little bit. You
can't be reviewing podcasts all the time. Sometimes you got to mix it up.
Yeah. That's right. Now that you're all done rating all your podcasts, you can just go play an RPG. If only there was I'm trying to think of how RPG fits into pooping, like a really poopy game.
Random poop generation.
Yep.
RPG. Same.
Yep. We did it. Good night, everybody. This is it for Nintendo. We just did what Nintendo don't. Or
exactly.
Whatever. Did you say that today?
They won't go there. I did say that. Sorry, I did.
Good.
I think I did.
You did a good job.
On there. I did. I'm being called out in chat.
What did you
called
do?
out? If I have not rated the trophy room, Joseph says.
I've rated it twice.
I haven't rated a lot of podcasts in a long time. There's probably like 50 podcasts I need to rate.
Come on, man.
I'll be honest.
Man. We got to do this thing where like we get everybody focused in on like every week for like the next like 20 weeks. We all just like rotate and we all just like share each other's stuff. Like this week is like Flexipose. Everybody go like rate Flexipose, and I don't even know how we incentivize it, but I've always thought that this would be really cool if we could get like this flood of ratings going in, because then you see like that helps so much when you have all the ratings come in at the same time. It just like boom, right up the charts. So I think we should do it, man. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know who, I don't know what, I don't know who, Jason. But we should do this.
I can't fight this feeling anymore. I'm ready to do that.
Fireball 435. Hi Fireball.
Hi. As for myself, Sean, I'm still enamored with Hollow Knight. That's all I've played still. I'm at 35 hours on that sucker now.
I might have to go buy that.
But I will say today I got the end credits today.
Congratulations.
But there's 3 endings, and I only got ending 1. So
now I'm getting turned off of this game. Although I don't really plan on beating really any game, so maybe I'll just play just to experience it. That's my channel these days.
Dude, and then it tells you your completion. So I'm at 90% completion.
That's pretty good.
Which I thought was pretty good for not really knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, but literally for probably 7, 8 of those hours, I've just been trying to beat one thing. So,
man, how do you find time to like dedicate to like to that level? Because I would be pushed away so easily and so quickly to like go to do something else.
Yeah, it's like what, on Nintendo Shack we talked about it, because Donnie got to, a boss he couldn't get through, and he's like, I don't have time, I got too many games to play. And then for me, like, something just tells me I have to, like, I have to get past this. And I just keep running my head into the wall, and I think that's why I played ARMS as much as I did for a while there, and it's the same reason I played probably Awesomenauts as much as I did, and it's why I'll play Smash as much as I will, is like I get into these like loops of I need to improve, I need to get past this, I want to overcome it, and I just keep going and going, and I don't know.
But you still manage to like play new games. Like it's incredible the balance that you've got, like back and forth. Like you're not playing, because I want to do that for like some really old games. Like I honestly could be totally fine just playing like Splatoon for the next couple of years and just be like, I'll just level that up. I'll never be as good as Eric Plunk, but that sounds satisfying to me. But it's just neat to always like want to play at least a little bit of what the latest thing is. Yeah,
I mean I dabble in some, but I think I came across it like earlier last year. Like I just pushed that whole FOMO thing away, because that'll cripple you. The whole fear of missing out. And if you a lot of people they want to be in that conversation, and then it's disheartening, because like if you don't have that new game, like those first 2 weeks of a new game that a lot of people are captured with, it's like magic. Everyone wants to talk about it, discuss it, and go off on it, and then. Sometimes it has legs and it continues, but a lot of times it just, and then you'll be like, hey guys, I got the insert game name here, and like, oh guys, okay.
So sad.
Yeah, it's like, oh, all right, well, I guess I'll play Pokken by myself now.
Yeah. Oh, I guess there's one other game that I should probably mention. I've been playing a little Pokemon Go, and Jason, for the first time in forever, I've gone over on my data cap on my phone, and I'm pretty sure it's because of Pokemon.
I don't even know what to say right now.
I got 2 days left until that whole thing resets, and that's that. And Fallout Shelter. Is this a place to talk about Fallout Shelter? That's awesome.
I mean,
Todd Archer is very furious with us. I'm sorry, Todd. This was a day for just chitter chatter. Apparently,
we'll get there. Don't worry.
This is our special half-an-hour episode of If We're at Nintendo now come to a close. Thank you everybody for coming.
To summarize, Hollow Knight I think it's underpriced at $15.
Really?
It's a great game. And I'm not a huge Metroidvania, and I hate calling it that, but it's just a good game. I don't know what it is. It's just
because everybody feels a little dirty when they say that.
Yeah, we need something. We need I think we need an actual. I don't know what it would be, but it needs something, But great game, great bosses. I'm upset. I looked up like all the other things I could do yet, and I'm like, I just want to beat the Coliseum of Fools. That's all I want to do. Sean, I played it so many times. I know where all the enemies spawn. I know what room. It's literally a sequence. It's like a sequence of like 30 like encounters with a certain number of enemies, and you just keep going, and then there's a boss at the end. I've made it to the boss one time, and then I died. And it's like, I know. I'd sit there. I know right when the enemy drops in, kill it, one shot, repeat. I know where it's bad. But now I've hit the game. I've hit the credits, and that's nuts,
man. If that's what it takes, that's not fair. Yeah. That's not cool. That's not fun. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah. So now I'm putting the game down, and I'm going to play the Octopath demo. I think that's next in preparation of that release, and down the road, just like Tropical Freeze. I played that pretty quickly, and then it's like, maybe someday I'll come back to it and try to hunt. Yeah. Do all the things.
That's rabbits for me too.
Probably not.
It'll do too is actually what I was thinking when you were talking about the end boss, the end part, and like where you have to be like absolutely perfect. And I realized like how perfect you have to be in that game. Like, nope, I deleted it. I'm like, I don't even want to be tempted to ever come back. Gone. Don't want to play it ever again. It'll do too. Great game up until the end, and it turns absolute trash, and that's nonsense.
Are you gonna play the Rabbids DLC?
I don't know, man. Like, I need to reacquaintance myself with
another 10 hours right there if you're gonna.
But man, I'm so stupid because I get lost just in the overworld. Like, I don't know where to go next. I don't know where where to go to progress the game, and I don't feel like the game is like pointing me in the right direction. I've got my own issues with Rabbids.
I can understand that a little bit. Sometimes it's a little clunky navigating that. So I'm not gonna fault you too much.
Thanks
on that.
Thanks,
You're
Jason.
welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. No problem. Shall we want to do some topics?
Topics. Time out for Todd Oxtra and his topics that he didn't submit that somebody else submitted, and we're dancing.
Todd Oxtra!
Oh, that was good. I didn't realize that you were saying his name. I thought you were saying Thunderstruck. Like, Thunderstruck! Ooh! Bring the AC/DC back to the stream. Yeah, we should do some topics. We could do some topics. Todd can stop your stopwatch, Todd, because it's time for the Todd Oxtra tippity topics with Topic Tim.
Hey, did you say a Magen tonight?
I will, but you don't know when, mostly because I don't know when.
I just want to make sure you get it in there.
Make sure I do say it, Magen. When could that? I don't know, man. I'll have to sneak it in at the very, very end. Let's go with, should we start with maybe Tim Aulph's topic? Tim visited patreon.com/makeusbetter a little while ago, and there are a good 6 dozen or so, give or take, topics that he dropped in there. So I thought I would go to the well of Tim Aulph.
Ooh.
Reach down, expect maybe something a little muddy, but I pulled up something really clean out of that well. Very cool topic. He says, if we ran Nintendo, would we compete more directly with the mega entertainment and tech corporations like Apple for electronics and phones, or Disney, like movies and TV and that sort of entertainment? Would we buy out companies like Universal to do it? I paraphrased a little bit, but essentially, the idea here is, would we, if we ran Nintendo, take us to the next level? Right now, we as Nintendo don't even really compete necessarily directly with Sony and Microsoft in the video game space. We sort of exist in this weird place. And so does that allow us to take on the world, Jason? Is there a way for Nintendo to leverage the war chest and take over things?
Oh, Blizzard's going to sue you for that.
The war chest?
Battle chest.
Battle chest. Yeah, you're right. No, I pictured it.
False alarm.
Dude, I bought that battle chest a number of times.
Yeah.
I don't know how they ended up doing that.
Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Lord Duke.
Stop starting. Who wants to sing? Remember when you clicked on the boats?
Oh my gosh.
If we ran Warcraft. So yeah, man, I thought that this was kind of an interesting topic to explore a little bit because, like, Nintendo seems to have the resources to be able to do it. And we've talked a little bit about how I feel like if somebody is going to crack the code on VR, it actually is Nintendo, because they have the games and the properties to make people care about it. Yep. But I think Tim is sort of looking at, like, wanting us to explore, can Nintendo, like, take over our everyday lives in the way that Apple has, and can it own the entertainment space in the way that Disney has, and, like, what would we do to, like, make that happen? Is there a way to leverage our own properties? Do we buy out other companies to do it? Do we just, like, because, like, buying the Mariners didn't work.
No,
that was not the right move.
Releasing the Super Mario Brothers movie, that didn't work out.
Also didn't work. Yeah. So they've had a couple of their tries where they realize, okay, don't do that. They're just process of elimination of the things that you don't do. So I don't know, man. Like, for me, like, personally, my initial response is, like, I think they could do, honestly, whatever they want with the amount of money that they have. However, I think especially when it comes to, like, Apple and like getting into the phone business, it pains me to say it, but unless something totally unexpected happens in the phone space, I feel like we've got iOS and Android for the rest of time, dude.
Yeah, that's like you form a partnership there. You can't, like, there's no way you can. I don't know how you would even hope to compete there.
Is there a partnership, do you think, that could be had with, like, is there an Android version of a phone? I feel like Apple is not going to happen, but Google might be a little bit more open, that Like, can you have Nintendo and Google maybe make a thing? Like, instead of a Google Pixel, we've got like a Google Switch.
Yeah, I think I think you could see something more like that. Plus, I mean, isn't Android's running quite a few tablets already, and that's what we've seen. We already have Nintendo games running on those. So I think that does make sense. And I think much like Nintendo, like Apple's very hands off. This is ours. They're very protective of their intellectual property. We did see that partnership with Mario Run, when that was released. But I don't know. I feel like Nintendo is almost like Apple in a little bit already, like just in their stance and how we're going to do our own thing. We have a premium product. Like when you look at Nintendo, like at Nintendo's games, they're always full price. You're never going to get a Nintendo like first party game on discount, except rare occasions. So they hold their products and their properties in very high esteem, very high regard, which I think you see with Apple. And I feel like people as consumers, we will buy way too many things than we should because it's got that Nintendo brand on it. So there's much brand recognition there, which I think you see with Apple as well.
You know what I don't see with Nintendo though, that like maybe this is the if we're a Nintendo part of it, is like where are they like moving the needle elsewhere? I feel like Google and Apple are on another level in terms of like their R&D. Like they're looking for like the next thing in 1,000 different places, and they're using different ways of getting there that I just feel like Nintendo hasn't even really explored that. Like data mining and all, like every one of us is connected to Google whether we like it or not, and we're feeding that machine to make them the biggest freaking corporation. So I wonder if like
Sean, I answered a lot of questions in Matomo, so I think Nintendo's got
good point,
pretty good idea.
Good point.
Of what type of person I am. Like, do I like to wear long socks or short socks, and what day of the week is my favorite? They know.
So maybe that was better. Maybe they actually do know what they're talking. But I guess like relating it even back to like video games, like they're so far behind in terms of online, which we'll get to in a second.
Yeah.
But like, how can they compete with even on that level outside of like their nice comfort zone? Like I feel like they're really in the comfort zone. They get to define almost what that comfort zone is. So I think like sort of in short, I feel like I don't think in the short term there's really any play to go up against. Maybe Disney is the closest, but even still, man, Disney is
you can't touch Disney anymore now. Now that they've got Fox now too, I mean,
it's too late.
Yeah, they've got such a catalog now and just such a track record. I mean, they're a conglomerate, now in that space. I think what we see now with we've got this Mario movie that's in the works now. We've got the Mario Land. We've got or Nintendo Land or whatever it's called. Forgive me for paraphrasing here, but I think this is like the biggest, if you want to call it a risk, that Nintendo's taken in expanding their entertainment offerings. We're finally going a little bit outside the medium, and I think with what happened I'd like to say that we've learned from the Wii U, and we're probably going to play our cards a little closer to our chest, and we're going to probably we're going to be a little more reserved for a little bit. I think now the success of the Switch is now giving them the stability to kind of get out there a little bit more. I don't know. I just don't see us taking the risk. I think they're going to be too. I can go either way because it's like too afraid to fall, but you're not going to really fly unless you take that leap. So
that's the thing. Like I'm starting to think like 5, 10, 20, 50 years down the road, and it's like, do all these paths lead to Disney, Google, and Apple, and that's kind of it? Like you're right. Like you have to be moving the needle forward, otherwise, like you're kind of gone. And I think that the thing about those companies that they are able to achieve that Nintendo doesn't quite, even though in our world they do, is that they they penetrate like every aspect of your life. Like we interact with the internet either through our Google phone or our Apple phone, and like those are spaces that those two companies own. And with Disney, like they have saturated the entire entertainment market. Like there's just no, it's just like this there's nothing but roadblocks everywhere. So I don't know, man. I feel like if there is any way into it, I'm sorry, Luke Lohr in the chat says, Sean, you're describing exactly why Microsoft and Nintendo are combining. Sony will also link up with someone else as well, Samsung. Maybe, I mean, that's the whole, that was one of Tim's questions was, would you buy out another company or maybe have some sort of like takeover? Perhaps, like, I just feel like the next best thing is maybe Universal, and like even that they just don't seem all the old big huge mega corporations just don't seem as impressive anymore, even with the combined efforts of like Nintendo and Universal, or like Nintendo and Microsoft or something like that.
I'm not sure what the benefit of with Universal, what they would gain the most out of that, you know, like we're getting. When I think of Universal, I think of a lot of old movies and some theme parks, you know. So I don't know what is that giving you current. You know, you got a large back catalog here, but I feel like that's just a lot of upkeep to deal with too. But
yeah, Tim Aulph says entertainment, but yeah, it's funny how just quickly this has happened between Marvel and Star Wars, and then the rest of Disney's catalog. Like, they have so much power to tell you what you even care about. Like, have we really even like stopped the questions outside of video games? Of course, but like the wrong person said it. But James Cameron was talking about like there's too many like superhero movies. Like that's the majority of movie releases. Yeah. Like where there's almost no room for other forms of entertainment. So there's like this is what sort of happens when there's a monopoly. They get to just kind of this is what you will enjoy, and they slam it down your throat.
So, but let me take you to a fantastical world called Pandora.
Yeah, exactly. And let me do 4 of those movies. Like, shut up, man. Like,
it's time to come back.
Can we just go back? Give me True Lies 2.
Give me a good Terminator.
Give me True Lies 2.
Yes.
Give me True
Lies 2. Tom Arnold's not doing anything. His calendar is free. Get him signed on.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis looks exactly the same somehow.
Yeah.
What was his daughter's name? I can't remember what his daughter. Oh, it
was Eliza.
I can't pronounce her name. Yeah,
Eliza Dushku.
Yep, that was her. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
He had those glasses. Remember in the fight scene in the bathroom, and then he slammed the guy's head into the urinal and he flushed him. He's like, "Cool off." It's good stuff, man. Give me more of that.
Oh, God, I'm gonna have to watch this movie.
Lohr says activity is keeping Jamie Lee Curtis young.
But it's got a Harrier. It's the plane that can take off and doesn't have to use the runway. It just hovers.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I did it.
There it is. Thank you. Well,
all right, so
there we go.
We're gonna steer
so
clear.
Nintendo gonna join up with James Cameron. We're gonna put Mario into Pandora, and then we're gonna make True Lies 2. Funded by Nintendo.
If we ran Nintendo, there you go.
Miyamoto's executive producer. I love it.
Amazing.
I want some artwork of that. Miyamoto inside the Harrier, True Lies 2. Let's go.
Did you want to introduce the next topic?
I will introduce topic Penezic.
Nailed it.
If we ran Nintendo, how do we start convincing people that our online service is still a good value? Will we see online versions of the Nintendo Land multiplayer games?
So this is a bit of a combination. If Andy's listening and he's going like, that wasn't my topic, I sort of combined the two into one amazing topic, because
You're a wordsmith, Sean.
I think more like Dr. Seuss. I think just making shit up as I go. I started thinking about Nintendo Switch Online and wondering if like people were sort of starting to waver on this. I heard a lot of mumblings about Smash coming out too late, and like everybody had thought those two things were going to be launching at about the same time. So now with Smash launching quite a long ways after, where they actually said a September date for
September
Switch
date for the Switch Online. Yeah, Switch Online's in September.
That's a lifetime. So like I wanted to kind of talk about. Like,
we got to have time to make sure all the hamsters are running in their wheels so the servers are spun up, you know?
That's actually exactly what's happening. You guys didn't know this, but we get a special behind-the-scenes look as hosts of If We Ran Nintendo. They let us know about the hamsters. Actually, it's hedgehogs that they've got now. That's okay for them now. So I want to talk about that, but also like Andy was asking, do you think we'll see more online versions of the Nintendo Land multiplayer games? And I was like, man, I haven't even thought of the Nintendo Land multiplayer games in a long time, really. But like maybe bringing some of those forward. Like what were some of your? Did you have a couple favorites that you can remember?
That was the first thing that we played when we got the Wii U, and my wife she even played it too. We had fun with it. I think the only one we actually played though was that the Luigi's Mansion. Hiding with the boo and the hiding and the seeking and the thingy and the fun and the jibbing and the jabbing. That thing. That's all we played. So. A substantial amount of that I never experienced, but I think that would be a cool addition. I think, here's what we do: we bring back a joy from last gen, the Waru Waru Plaza. It's reborn.
Wow!
It's like the hub of Nintendo Switch Online. We'll get those Nintendo Land multiplayer games in there, and I think it'd be fun to have. I mean, people want this. We're kind of getting it, but just give us a bunch of those the Mario Party mini games and like an online lobby, and you just play them. Just play them with your friends, get mad, break your Joy-Cons, break your controllers because you're rotating the thumbstick so much and getting blisters like the good old days. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. Like I looked at this like, would we bring? I feel like it just needs a little bit more. I feel like in order for like online to really kick off, it needs a little bit. Like I think it's a good idea to bring back some of the Nintendo Land, almost like as a nod to the people who played them. I don't think it's gonna really go, oh, you missed out on this, you guys. You don't know what you were missing. It's not quite that, but it's a little.
I want there to be an experience besides just like, well, here's your subscription, it's on. There you go. I want there to be like something, some software that's tied to it, like some sort of interactive experience that goes along with, even if it's something that you can view or like, I don't know what I'm picturing in my head, but like I want like this there. I don't know. There needs to be something there, like not like this. I'm not expecting like a software like this whole game experience, but I think there's something cool that when Nintendo puts their spin on
like
everything.
A PlayStation Home. That's what you want.
Yeah, something kind of like that, but
no, please, God,
not terrible and horrible.
Exactly. Yeah, everything the same except for the badness. Make it amazing.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, man? Because like I feel like we've almost kind of lost our way on even evaluating Nintendo Switch Online. So I think like because we are Nintendo and we run it together, you and I.
It's true.
We need to sort of like amp up the messaging a little bit here in terms of reminding people of like tremendous value. That's the thing, is that there's a lot of things linked to, Switch or Smash is launching at a different time. Mario Aces had a terrible beta that led everybody to think like their online infrastructure is no good. Like this is a $25 subscription. Right?
And since we haven't really communicated that marketing to you correctly, I mean, just get 8 friends, and all of a sudden that $25 subscription is now a penny subscription.
It becomes actually not worth collecting the different like cuts of it. Like it's not actually like Donnie's even just gonna start giving the slices away. Like this.
No, he's already like talked about. There's like 2 groups of us in PSVG because we had that many people interested, and he was like, yeah, I'm probably just gonna pay for it.
Yes.
so I'd get online for free. I mean, so it's like tremendous value. So I mean that's like there's a very low risk for people, but we have to. I think I agree. You have to communicate why are we doing this? Not just because you're, I saw someone that just got a Switch. One of my Discord servers had just recently got one. It's like, is the online? Do I have to pay for it? Do I still get the eShop? Can I download patches? Do I have to have the paid service?
Who's saying that? Those are silly questions.
Someone that maybe this person may not have had a console in a long time.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Did you set him straight, him or her?
I was like, well, I may know a thing or two about Nintendo, and I may do a couple podcasts on the subject. So hold on. Incoming paragraphs of text. This is how I type.
Here's what I would do, man. I think just to kind of like squash all of this nonsense, the fact that it's not actually worth it, I think we do need to see a little bit more of how does this hand the controller off actually work? How do the introduction of multiplayer to the NES games work? Yep. And then the last thing I think that we need is like, what is the roadmap for more? Which is so funny that like that's not enough. Like $25, you get to play online, you get your cloud saves, and you get like this cool arcadey thing of like playing games the way you've never played it before. That's all great for half or more of the, or less of the cost of what everybody else is doing.
We give everyone Mother 3.
Plus Mother 3.
Boom.
That's what you need. So if we ran Nintendo, I think the announcement was almost like a trial run of like, here's the thing, let us know what you think. And because it wasn't like urgent, because the announcement was quite distance from the actual launch, you can gain a whole lot of feedback. What are people saying about this? They're really liking this, but there's a lot of question marks. So start gathering information, gathering the hottest, the frequentlyest asked questions.
Sean, so you're saying, would you have a direct focus on, or maybe not focus, but at least include a section of an upcoming, like a fall direct? Well, I guess
honestly, I think I would.
In fall, I bet the timing. See that do before that. So, like, let's say August, you'd have a direct, then have a 10-minute portion of the direct for the online service, a little tour. Have you not?
Yeah, I think this is, if we really think about it, like as little
Mario
as
Kart World Tour.
Yes, anything. Honestly, like big promotions, because recurring revenue for these companies is clearly so important. Like the subscription model for anything is you set it and you forget it, and it's the convincing people that they should be part of this and they should have that as part of like their budgeting is you only have like that one hurdle to get over for people. So you have like this dedicated promotion or direct or whatever to get as many people in on it. Like I would be stupid not to. You get that one chance to just have this influx of how many Switches are out there? 14 million, 20 million, something like that. Even if you have half the people sign up at that point, then it's just this huge amount of money that's going to fund all of our most favoritist games, like the next Star Fox game. So I think that like as little as $25 is to us to go like, well, we should just do it. I think it's super important that they, honestly, from a business perspective, you can't mess this up. You can't mess this launch up. Because it'll be very hard to convince people to come on board afterwards. And case in point, hi, Jozef, Trophy Room, try convincing people now that PlayStation Now is worthwhile. You got to do it at the start, man. Game Pass, maybe get like a little quiet period and then start announcing that first-party studios are coming day and date. That was a nice big boost. Yeah, but
that's like the benchmark. Yeah, I think with what we're seeing on Game Pass, and plus Nintendo's unfortunately kind of late. Nintendo can say a lot of things, but then people just take it and construe it and run with it. But when they've been saying is that we don't have the virtual console anymore. The heir apparent to the virtual console is now the Nintendo Switch Online. So that gets people going, oh, we're going to, they've got, unfortunately, unreal expectations, which just happens with the times that we're in and social media and everything like that. People are going to get themselves worked up. So I have a feeling that no matter how it launches, we're going to see the same thing we always see. There's going to be people that are like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is awesome. We're going to have those people that are like, yeah. And we're going to have those people like, I'm done. This is terrible. Nintendo just fails it again. Like the same three outcomes that happens with anything, so that should be given. But yeah, I agree that as a consumer in this day and age, I'm like, to have to pay for a subscription for my gaming services is kind of like, it's okay. It's part of it. Kind of.
What about PC gaming though? Like you don't have to pay to play online there. Like there isn't. That's the only place left.
Well, because it's a premium experience. I mean, it's like the superior way, I'm told, of people to play their games.
That's right.
I don't know why I'm like a Valley Burnout guy when I turn into my PC.
It's probably
my PC Pro. But yeah. I mean, that's a good point. I don't know. I
don't understand how all that works. All I know is any investment into their online infrastructure can only be a good thing. I feel like we have been calling for this for a long time, and I think the understanding for most people is just that this will make the online experience better. And what I think a lot of, like even like what Sony did essentially was, here's free games. Don't pay attention to our crappy network that you can't play your name, you can't play your games or change your names. Damn it. Or download your games at a fast pace, like what your internet download speed should dictate, or any of the other or that like we just give away your credit card information to anybody who asks for it. Don't pay attention to any of that stuff. Just continue to pay for this online thing. and you get free games.
I think that's one of the big expectations, that we'll see improve to the basic levels of service, because now it's being a subscription model. So we should see at least those basic quality of life.
I have one last question, Jason. I am going to challenge you to, and maybe people in the chat can help me out with this too, because I feel like this is a rhetoric that has repeated itself so often that people don't even think about it when they say it and when they repeat it, that Nintendo's online sucks. I want somebody to help me when they tell me, what do you mean by that? Because for me, I go on Splatoon and I have a seamless experience in terms of connection. I think there's different choices that they could be making in terms of, can I back out or any of that kind of stuff. But don't you? I feel like the speed and I don't have lagging issues. What is it exactly?
I think it's a combination of the lack of services. So we don't have voice chat. They don't have a party system. They have a friends list that doesn't have any function. Mm-hmm. We have friend codes still. Now at least now you can find people from a variety of ways by linking your social media or other accounts. I will argue that Splatoon a lot of times isn't the greatest experience. You'll be in a match and you're just dropped out for no apparent reason, or the game will I haven't had lagging experiences, and I play I'm playing hardwired. I'm connected right to Ethernet. My router's 2 feet from my Switch. And if I have instances where you get dropped from games, Splat. Now, when you see that the most, Amazon Basics is during Splatfest, because then you have the highest player count and you have some weird bugginess there. But you can't fault it. People might argue on Mario Kart, and you can't fault that too much there, because you can't use some of the types of the games that we're playing online aren't going to benefit from a dedicated server. You have to use peer-to-peer matchmaking, otherwise it's just it's not going to work. And the way I don't know, the games that we're playing online mostly for Nintendo aren't the games we're playing online on these other systems. You're not playing Overwatch, you're not playing these
maybe
16,
that's why I don't
you're not playing these 16-player first-person shooters, or it's a different types of games. So I mean, I think the closest that we have to that experience is Splatoon. That's your closest kind of stock.
Trev who mentioned Fortnite. Yeah. He said it's kind of slow. I haven't experienced that. The one thing, the obvious, and everybody's pointing it out, is the voice chat and also the friend codes. I just don't know if that's the sort of thing that is that improved by money? Is that what it? Is it just because they didn't have a revenue stream for online,
right,
or is it something else? And I have trouble connecting it all, but maybe it is. Maybe it is just as simple as that. What everybody's putting. All
I know is that if Smash comes out and people have as hard a time online than they did on the Wii U, there's going to be a lot of angry people. But that's not. I think that's more of a fault of the game's design, at least how it matched players. It wasn't locked into region as much as it would, or at least tell us before you join a match, give us a connection estimate between you and your opponent, so you can say, hey, it's going to be kind of laggy. It's not, so you don't take all the time to get into a game and then have to.
And these are all totally valid points. And before we wrap up, I just want everybody to remember when Switch Online launches, and eventually, and I think inevitably actually, something will mess up. Something will will take you a long time to download, or it'll take you a long time to connect to something. We need to then start to compare apples to apples whenever Destiny launches, or new Call of Duty, or Sea of Thieves, for God's sakes. They all mess up. And so adding $25 for every user who jumps online is not going to solve all these issues, because competitors are charging more than that. Tom Servo Plus says PSN is constantly down. So let's just especially as Nintendo fans, everybody listening to this, you are obviously a Nintendo fan. Just Lee Navarro knows what I'm talking about. Let's just take it easy.
Right.
There's something bad is going to happen when Switch Online goes live. So just don't melt down, because we then we have to compare all the networks comparably, and the shit happens everywhere.
Yep.
That's just the way of life, man.
When you get your bundled game with the service, which is going to be a Wind Waker cross Sea of Thieves Microsoft contribution, we're going to get you get to be Tetra's crew inside of Sea of Thieves. That's what's coming.
That's what I want. Thank you. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Something's gonna go wrong, and I think to have more than amazing like actual the service running, I think it's gonna be the add-ons. I think is what's gonna bring people in or surprise people or excite people. It's not gonna be, whoa, I'm getting like extra 10 megabits per second.
Exactly.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think letting people know that they can change their name is really that's it.
Yep.
Just take.
Yep.
Just remind people.
I just want a feature on there that's called the warp pipe. That's all I want.
Nice.
I want something called the warp pipe.
Sounds
That's what
sounds
That's what I want.
sounds like cannabis, Jason.
Hey, I'm not in Canada, so I mean,
It's happening. Everybody, get on up here. It's gonna be at your local gas stations. I do not have the greatest PSN name ever. I want to change that immediately.
well, I don't know if we got you guys excited about the online service, but hopefully we didn't derail you from the online service. Just give us your
Please
25
be excited.
bucks. Please be excited. Please understand.
Please understand.
And I mean, we'll have Reggie talk about it. I mean, nothing else. We'll just have Reggie. Reggie can. He'll just swing it. He'll make it up. He'll make it sound good. His body's ready. Will yours? That's the question. That's the question, Sean.
Jason,
I think we've earned our ticket to.
I think you need to go to bed.
I think we've been given the keys for one more week.
Yeah, man.
I think, I don't think they can kick us out yet.
Nobody's ever Patreon for Sean to keep his PSN name. Thanks, Tim. No,
I will totally make that a Patreon tier on the Make Us Better Patreon
gosh.
that I don't have any admin privileges over, but somehow I will.
Somehow you'll get that,
man.
I guarantee it.
I'll take over. I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll make it.
This is fun, man. This was a fun show to do together with your coffee-filled late night coffee. That's something I would do. I'm not even judging. That is absolutely something.
My mug's from Chicago.
What does it say? Shed Aquarium.
Established in 1930.
Should probably change the water. Some old water.
Yep. Well, hey. That was an episode. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. You can follow If We Ran Nintendo on Twitter. It's, of course, If We Ran Nintendo. I do another podcast. I do a couple other podcasts. You can follow me on Twitter, JW Lacey. I also do Flux Depose on Tuesday nights. And I do Nintendo Shack sometimes on Thursdays, but not this week because I'm going to a baseball game. Bom bom.
Who's stepping in for you? Do you need me to do the other? Do you want me to do your version? I'll be
sure.
the Jason Lacey.
Yeah.
And when the episode starts, to be like, this week Jason Lacey will be played by Sean Capri. Sean like Hunter, Capri like the pants.
I don't know. I do like what Donnie does now. Every time I'm not there, they just put that static image of me in the stream.
That's really funny.
And I like it. I mean, it's just as expressive and just as informative as I would be.
The real person. So, yeah.
I mean, you're not really listening.
I would like somebody if Rybo could make you into like a cardboard cutout picture and like put that in front of like just a tree or maybe in beside a toilet with a bidet. I think that's what I need in my life. Rybo, you got it, man. I believe in you.
Oh no, he's been challenged. He'll deliver. I have faith. In Rybo we trust. Sean, where can if people want to follow you on the internet?
Please, God, I need your likes and your follows on Twitter at Sean Capri, Sean like Connor, Capri like the pants. You can follow or watch We the Gamercast, where I don't know how to format the video, and you can watch Pete, Spanish for barber.
Doesn't even know his guest names.
Don't know, you know what to do about that show anymore. But if you want to listen to a show I'm actually really proud of, and it's ridiculous, and I think it's a lot of fun. The Xbox Drive, I think, is just so hilarious, and it cracks me up just to do it with my friend Dave. That's every Thursday. And of course, if you like this or any of the stuff that we do, or Warp Whistle, or Nintendo Nostalgia, or Bad Big Games, or whatever else. I was going to say something silly about Nintendo Nostalgia.
Those other guys.
If you want to be part of the cross-play of Patreons, you can throw a shekel, a buck or two over at patreon.com/makeisbetter. $3 you're in the show notes, $10 and up you're in. At the top of the show and all of the shows, we have very special announcements coming in the next little bit, guys. So it's all thanks to all of your support that we continue to just do the absolute best that we can to give you the best stuff all the time. Unless it's formatted. Unless you're looking for properly formatted videos, then we're still getting better.
Don't support creators like Flexipose or Selfish. Support creators that are gonna
Crossplay
Unite the
Patreon.
masses.
The crossplay
That's right.
Patreon. This is the tagline
That's
we've
right.
needed this whole time, and that's where we're standing on.
Down with Megadads and Flexipos. Long live.
But I like Megadads though. I like those guys. They're good. Hi, Adam. I like Flexipos. I support
Hi,
both
John.
those guys. That's
Very
still
good.
make us better money is still going into make us better and out to see. I'm still cross-playing.
It's a giant laundering system that you've discovered.
It is. Yeah, crossing borders and everything. Okay, get us out of here, Jason.
Get us out of here. All right. Well, hey, chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on stream. We appreciate it. You guys listening at home. Come join us next time. We'll have fun. I promise. Until then, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Goodbye. Goodbye.
This is the credits of if it works. Planet Nintendo podcast.
Ooh.
It's not working. It's not working.
Nope.
Hang on. We might be able to. Oh wait, I gotta turn off studio mode. Let's try this.
Episode 39 of the Planet Nintendo podcast. Let's see what's on the menu. An exclusive hands-on look at Smash Bros. Ultimate from Mr. Cup of Joe. We have some E3 rumors. Could some of them still be true today? Nintendo, should they have held off of their directs to beef up E3? And also, is Nintendo Switch Online the successor to Virtual Console? Let's get it started. What's up, guys? Episode 38. I am your host, Patrick from NintenTalk, and I am joined, like always, by Joe after work. What's up, man?
Yo, doing good, man. What a week. It's been crazy.
And joining us once again, Mr. Badbit. What's up, man?
Hey, man, what's going on? I'm having a great week, and this kind of sends it off in a great way. So,
Hell
hi.
yeah, man. So Joe, do you want to do PM picks? We got a stacked show. Do you have any?
Yeah. Pub and no, I'm just kidding. Ease 8, man. I wrapped that game up last night at like 2 a.m. Oh my god! When this game comes out, since this is gonna air Tuesday when the embargo lifts, man, right now that's GOTY contender for me personally.
Whoa.
I don't think it's gonna be everyone's cup of tea, kind of like Xenoblade Chronicles was for me. But this is the perfect intro to action JRPG for people looking to get into that genre.
Okay.
It doesn't do anything different. It takes the very core basics of the series and just modernizes it, which is perfect. The story starts off super cheesy, just like Xenoblade Chronicles, and then it just kind of like hits you, and then it gets really out there. And by the time I got to the ending of that game, I don't know what happened.
That's always good.
That's awesome. All right.
Now, can you like swing your sword like yourself, or is it like Xenoblade where it's like self?
It's not self, so that's where it's more traditional in the action JRPG genre,
okay.
where you're putting in the commands, you're building up your skills, you're doing the combos, you're changing out characters on the fly. That's where it gets really arcadey, and the action is just very snappy. It's just like boom, 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 boom. Everything just works. My only downside to it is it worked better in handheld mode than it did in console in terms of the frame rate, where it would do this weird janky thing, and the game played smooth the entire time. I'll just make that clear, but the load screens were really weird at the beginning of the game, and I don't know if it had anything to do with the way you explore the entire area, like the entire map, and as it fills out, it just loads better or something like that. But like in between cutscenes, in between text, it would do this weird thing in dock mode where it would just like the characters would just kind of like that for like the first second. That's all it was. And
so
then
is that a full price game?
Full price game. Full price game.
Okay.
Yeah, $60. And I 65 hours getting the true ending. Like I did. That's doing all the side quests. That's filling out almost 95% map. Almost finding everything, maxing out all your weapons and getting every single ultimate weapon and everything in this game. And it felt so good. Feels good to finally talk about it after having this game for a month and like.
I'm to play it, but can't really talk to me.
I'm like, oh my god.